Welcome to AUSL softball on this cloudy afternoon in Rosemont, right outside of Chicago. The Bandits in the Volts playing the middle of a 3-game series, and we all get to see Nigeri Kennedy, the second overall pick in the AUSL draft, still looking for her first win in the pros, and she'll have quite a test when she faces Sammy Williams, the best hitter maybe in the universe right now, and on fire, hitting well over 500 for the Bandits. And we welcome you to Rosemont. Pam Ward along with Kenzie Fowler, who is an All-American pitcher at Arizona, and Nicole Mendez will be joining us shortly. What a great night it was last night in the AUSL. Briellis had a walk-off. Sammy Williams had an 8th inning walk-off. So a lot of excitement, but certainly a lot of excitement about this offense for the Bandits.
Yeah, you've got to love what you've been seeing if you're a Chicago fan. This is, without a doubt, the best offense in the league. They've been putting up dominant numbers, but to me, the pitcher's duel last night, that clutch hitting from Sammy Williams, that is the sign of a good team.
Yeah, Sammy Williams is a sign of a great player. She is putting up literally record-breaking numbers.
Yeah, this is a team that's really peaking in all phases, but we've got to talk about the season that Sammy Williams is putting together. The 7 home runs, that is now tops the lead. She is tied at the top with Megan Grant. And then how about 29 RBI? Are you kidding? And we still have a lot of games left in this season. That number will continue to go up, but this is the hitter that you are going to underline. You do not want to let Sammy Williams beat you, and it's what we saw last night.
Yeah, both of these teams have 9 games to go. Riley Boone batting second for this Volts lineup, had a hit yesterday, so she's on a bit of a hitting streak and among the tops in the league as far as hits are concerned. But the Volts trying to get back on the winning track, and they have to face Kat Sandercock in the circle. And Sandercock has been great since coming back, playing professionally in Japan. And first off, it's Jayla Lassiter. Takes the ball. Cool afternoon, about 70 degrees, cloudy, but the good news is we don't expect any rain. We had a 4-hour and 15-minute rain delay yesterday.
Was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
It was lengthy. Sandercock fielding her position. Throws out Lassiter.
Right away, you see ground ball, Kat Sandercock fielding it herself. And this is a pitcher that is known for her drop ball. She's going to be confident in getting ground ball outs to her defense. Works vertically. You'll see a lot of rise ball as well that she'll set up, but she gets ahead of every hitter down in the zone with that drop.
Riley Boone, always a threat with her blazing speed. You have the infielders, Sammy Williams at third, Jocelyn Erickson at first, who are playing in. Boone had a double yesterday. Smacks that one. And Boone off to a great start. You know she's going to dig for second, and she gets in easily. So the second double in as many games for Boone.
Well, how about a 6-game hit streak for Riley Boone? And that's now her 19th hit, which is top 5 in the league. This is the hitter that has been an everyday starter for the Volts, the only player that's been in the lineup consistently every single game. And I love that aggressive base running.
Jackie Liss batting third and playing third base, the rookie out of Texas Tech. Played in the Women's College World Series Championship Series. Fouling it off, the Volts coming into this game have lost 6 straight and 12 of their last 14, but those 2 wins came against this Chicago team a couple of weeks ago down in Round Rock. They've actually played Chicago very well, very close this year. Won 3 of the last 4 against the Bandits.
Yeah, it is kind of strange. Look at what Texas does against the Bandits. And I think there's a lot of other teams that are maybe watching the matchup between the Volts and the Bandits going, okay, why are these games so much more competitive? We've seen the Chicago offense just absolutely put up big numbers.
Wow, and Liss might be dizzy after taking that big swing and striking out.
And this is what I'm talking about with the rise ball with Kat Sandercock going upstairs, and it's set up so well. Drop, drop, drop. Get your eyes looking down in the zone, and then let's spin it up.
I think even Liz had to giggle at that swing.
Yeah, it is, you know, turf infield, so sometimes if your cleat does spin a little bit too much, it might be a little slick.
It's like vertigo-inducing swing. Aaliyah Binford is the most versatile player maybe in the league. She has been so key for them in the circle, the most appearances in the league, and also has been a stalwart as a hitter. Tied for the team lead in both home runs and runs driven in. She's behind 0-2.
Leah Binford, she's what I call a bad ball hitter. There is not a pitch that she can't get to, and it's why you've seen the power. She is not afraid to go outside of the strike zone. Swings big, even when she is down in the count like this, 0-2.
Boone over there at second. Sandercock, after giving up the one-out double, gets back-to-back strikeouts. And when we come back, we get to see Sammy Williams hit, and we'll also take a look back at that monstrous walk-off homer yesterday.
Just the numbers, staggering.
Hit that off of Ali Carta. And Williams had been 0 for 3 before that game-winning 8th-inning home run. And yes, we have Nyjah Kennedy in the circle facing the Bandits for the second time this season. Skylar Wallace leading things off for the Bandits. Skylar playing shortstop with Aaron Koffel in the DP slot. So Nyjah Kennedy still really trying to find her footing, if you will, signing the first $1 million NIL contract when she was at Texas Tech. Back-to-back championship series appearances, and was the #2 pick behind Carlin Pickens in the last college draft. Wallace gets under it, playable for Boone. And now here is Sammy Williams facing off against Kennedy.
Curveball right away, and we saw the pitch that Sammy Williams hit for that walk-off home run. It was a screwball in tight, and so Nyjah first pitch, I'm going away.
That went out of the zone. Michaela Edenfield doing the catching this afternoon. Deja Mulipola caught last night and has been the #1 catcher since she got back from Japan. And there's 2 strikes.
Just respecting the power of Williams. Everything has been away. We saw the one attempt at the off-speed pitch, just missed a little bit low in the zone. I wouldn't be afraid to go back to that changeup. It's a great spot. Little room for error when you're pitching to Sammy Williams and the power that she has, but Nyjah, that's her vintage pitch, that rise ball going in tight on the hands. Now it allows Nyjah to set something up low and away. Oh, she goes back inside.
And that fills up the count with Mac Barber on deck. And that's not even close. So after getting ahead of Williams, Kennedy gives up the one-out walk.
You can see Nyjah say, my bad, and that's the pitch that I was looking for, the changeup, to try and neutralize the power of Sammy Williams, but Nyjah just missing a couple of times early in this game. As a pitcher, you can't give up, even though you're missing with that changeup. You have to continue to throw it and just trust that you'll find it.
Mac Barber playing right field, swings at the first pitch. Nyjah Kennedy pitching just over 17 innings this year. She has now given up 12 walks and only struck out 7 batters. Not the usual Nyjah we saw at Stanford and Texas Tech, but she starts the 1-6-3 double play to get out of it. Well, the walk doesn't hurt Nyjah.
A little PFP double play action here for the rookie. Getting Mac Barbara right to you, spin and fire it over to Tiare Jennings, and she'll take it the rest of the way. This is huge for the Volts. See if that defense momentum can go into the offense.
Good crowd on hand. The Bandits behind Kat Sandercock, trying to keep their now 5-game winning streak going. Tiare Jennings leading things off for Texas with a swing and a miss. Jennings, who was such a terror when she played at Oklahoma, seen her numbers go down this year from last year. Fisted to Erickson, who will handle it.
And one thing about Kat Sandercock is she's going to pound the strike zone. And she does such a good job of not just throwing strikes, but throwing strikes perfectly on that edge of the strike zone. Very rarely does she miss over the heart of the plate.
Jaden Goodwin playing left, batting 6th this afternoon for the Volts. She is a rookie out of Georgia, undrafted, signed with them the end of May. Williams with the diving stop and then the throw over. So the best hitter in the league also can play some defense.
Yeah, she can. And Jada Goodwin, she's got some wheels down the line, so the fact that Sammy Williams lays out and then just throws from her knees and beats her by a step, are you kidding? She's playing her best softball of her career right now, and we get to witness it.
Unbelievable play to get Goodwin. And now we see Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, who was just activated. Gave birth to her 3rd child earlier this year. We did see her yesterday in a pinch hitting role. Kelsey graduated from Florida. It's been 10 years.
That's exciting to see a former Olympian back in the pro league. It's been a minute since we've seen her take an AB. We only saw her for 1 pitch last night in that pinch hit situation. She came up swinging, ready to go. But her first start.
Reactivated from the temporary inactive list a couple of days ago. And she's playing first base this afternoon. Puts it in the air. Zirkle playing shallow, grabs it, and that is an 8-pitch inning. Very tidy for Sandercock. Great defense for Williams, helped out.
Welcome back to Rosemont. We're tied, and after yesterday's game, this one has the opportunity to be just as good. And we're going to see a new face here in this full starting lineup with Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, the recent mom of 3. She had a newborn baby girl. Her name is Carter. And one of the things that she's talked about is just the battle mentally that she's had to overcome, being a mom and coming back and playing pro sports. But she is no stranger to that mental challenge, played in the Olympics, and her mentality is what made her so good, and that is why the Volts are so excited to have her back.
And she certainly does bring that leadership, that experience, and baby daughter Carter, or it's actually Cooper is her name. So baby daughter Cooper joining big brothers Trace and Hutton, but it just still amazes me that, you know, that's a lot to come back from and be an elite athlete. Morgan Zirkle leading things off against Nyjah Kennedy.
Yeah, some of the veterans that we have in this league, the resumes, right? Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, an Olympian. Morgan Zirkle, currently the head coach at Marshall. These are pros that have been at it for almost 10 years, and they continue to be in their best form. They want to be a part of this league. It means so much to them. And then it just continues to make our game better, playing with rookies like Nyjah Kennedy and just kind of passing the bat and leading the way.
Second walk that Nyjah has given up. So baby Cooper joining the Stewart-Hunter family, and there you go, born March 27th. So just over 3 months of age, and mom's back playing pro softball.
I'm sure we've got to get a Volts onesie, right?
Yes.
We can get a custom baby onesie with mom's name and number on the back.
Having a little conversation over there with Zirkle. Aaron Koffel, who has been very good this year, was amazing last year when she was the MVP and hitter of the year. Hit .410 with 28 RBIs. And that 28 RBI record was eclipsed yesterday by her teammate, Sammy Williams. She's down 1-2 to Kennedy. In the air, but out of play. Over in that bullpen area down the first base line. And one nice feature about the park is when the pitchers are warming up before the game, fans can line up. And they were lined up about 5 or 6 deep to see Nyjah warming up.
Yeah, I love that when, you know, we're getting ready before the game. We walk around a little bit, have to leave the booth to go down to the restroom, and it's right next to where the bullpen is. And it's so much fun to see all of the teams that are here and a lot of young club teams, little league teams. Ooh.
Up in the air, Jackie Liss steals one from Koffel for the first out.
Made it look easy. Jackie Liss, teammates with Nyjah Kennedy at Texas Tech this season, playing at the Women's College World Series. And so for all of those young faces, they just saw Jackie Liss and Nyjah Kennedy on their TV screens in their living room. So now they're here in Chicago, these local players. You get the opportunity to go see a bullpen session for Nyjah. You get to see Jackie Liss roll up a couple of outs and see it tangibly and feel it. Like, man, we just saw these stars on our TV, and now we get to see them right in front of us. And let's take our own cell phone videos, because we were there. That's why the crowds have been so good for this season across the board.
Yeah, there is the session before the game, and a lot of cameras, a lot of fans lining up to get an early peek at Kennedy. Liss making another nice play to erase Zirkle on the base paths. Jacopo reached on the fielder's choice, and here's Jocelyn Erickson, who has been playing first base with Jacopo catching. Right to Mama, Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, who steps on the bag, ends the inning. Nyjah pitching a shutout through 2. And Morgan, one of the best ever to play at Marshall. Thank you for doing this, Morgan. Take us through what happened on that spectacular catch last night.
Well, Lexi was throwing a really great game, and I knew with the wet turf I'd slide pretty far, so I just wanted to go for it.
Morgan, I want you to rank these 3 things for me, okay, in order of what you love to do most. This is going to be hard, okay? Stealing a base, hitting a home run, or laying out for a catch like that.
I don't know. I feel like the home run, gets you on the board, and obviously you have to score runs to win. But when it's a tight game like it was last night, 1-1, I think the diving catch might be up there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the diving catch, it was electric to see you. And I just love the emotion that you could like feel it's all coming together. And then of course you're saving a hit. It's all the things. Morgan, what is this team rolling like right now? You guys are on a heater. What has it been like to be a veteran watching this group come together the way it has?
It's been a lot of fun because, yeah, we do have a lot of new faces. So I think they finally feel comfortable, have gained their confidence, and are really settled in. And you see that in our team performance lately.
And you also are the head coach at your alma mater at Marshall. Are you still juggling that while you're playing softball during the summer?
Yeah, my assistants have done a really great job of, dealing with recruiting, the transfer portal, all of that. So big kudos to them. But it's fun to be able to do this and, feel like I am learning a lot to take back to my team in a different way.
Morgan, one thing that I've never asked you about that I want to pick your brain on is that you didn't start hitting left-handed until late in high school. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. My junior year I started.
So for those of you that are listening to this interview that aren't familiar with your story, can you just kind of tell us how that happened and why you switched and how long it took for you to kind of get successful?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I was a pretty decent right-handed hitter, but I was small and really fast, so decided to try lefty, and I went and never went back after that. And I think because of the transition and being not...
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
Morgan Zirkle does it again.
No way. Morgan, you still got us? We'll see if she gets her earpiece back in. What a catch!
I think I broke the mic.
And we got you.
The mic. What a catch! I don't know, Pam, is that better than the one we saw last night? She's competing with her own highlights.
Might have broken the internet with that catch there, Morgan. So you see that right off the bat for those of us who can't play softball nearly as good as you?
Oh, she might have actually lost us.
Okay.
But you know what? It was worth it. That catch was worth it.
That was Edenfield, who was robbed by Zirkle. And then the play, Sammy Williams to get Leanne good. And this defense just has been so much fun to watch.
I'll say it time and time again, but the biggest difference from the college game to the pro level is the defense. It is next level. And as a pitcher, that just feeds your confidence when you have the ability to pitch to contact and you have players behind you like Morgan Zirkle, Sammy Williams, making SportsCenter top 10 plays every single game. I feel like I have seen a SportsCenter top 10 play every game that I have called. These athletes are stronger, faster, they have better reads, they anticipate better.
We've seen Williams and Zirkle make some of those plays already, and this is just early in the second game of this series. You had some great players behind you in Arizona, but it would have been comforting, I would imagine, to have Williams out there and Zirkle. And
I mean, everywhere you look, it's an All-American at their position. We have Gold Glove winners everywhere, and veterans like Morgan Zirkle continuing to lead the way.
That one gets into center field. 7 straight had been retired by Sandercock before Lassiter singled. There's a second hit for the Volts. Sandercock is coming off a complete game shutout against Portland. Riley Boone doubled off of her in the first inning. Shows bunt. And that's the thing about Riley Boone. There's so many things she can do.
Yep.
Talk about defense. You really have to be on your toes with her up, especially with a runner on.
Yeah, even 2 outs, she's looking to make something happen. A triple threat at the plate. Didn't like that call. We saw her swing away in her first at-bat for the double down the right field line, but she can drag bunt with the best of him. She can show slap, power slap, soft slap, chop slap. There it is.
Williams has to hurry. Not in time. There is that speed. As Williams got there and got rid of it as quickly as humanly possible, and it still wasn't fast enough.
And it's so tough for a third baseman to read what Riley Boone is always doing, right? She's switching it from pitch to pitch in the at-bat, swinging away, drag bunting, showing a soft slap. So do I play back? Do I play in?
And you saw in the replay that was the correct call. She was safe. So 2 on for Jackie Liss with 2 away. She struck out swinging in her first at-bat. Wallace able to get it over in time, strand 2, and end the inning. But for the second straight game, Morgan Zirkle pulls off a spectacular catch.
Yeah, and she was wearing a mic for this, and her glasses are flying. She's laying it all out for Chicago. Look at the speed that the veteran has in center field. Another phenomenal catch from the veteran.
And we've got a headliner in the circle, and Nyjah Kennedy shutting out Chicago through 2 innings. We have a change at second base. Sierra Romero now playing second in place of Leanne Good. Sierra's been playing a lot of first in the last few games for the Volts. Sierra, one of the very talented veterans in this league, still playing 10 years after leaving Michigan. Bella Dayton leading things off against Nyjah. Gets the bunt down. Kennedy to Romero. Got her. They're going to want to look at it, I think. Each team does get 2 reviews per game. And the reaction from Alex Ibarro down there coaching first. Yep, they're going to challenge.
It was cute right after the play. Head coach Shonda Stanton, who is in the third base coaching box, she turns to her dugout and she was kind of pointing to them all like, what do you guys think? Everyone decide really quick, yes or no. Should we review it? Bella Dayton, she was wanting it. Has to be inconclusive video evidence. The ball has to be in the back of the glove for it to be a catch. So I'm looking at the foot. Looks like to be on the base there. I think this could be overturned.
After review, the call is changed to safe. Runner is safe at first base. That's Chicago's first challenge. They have 1 remaining.
So they overturn it. And that gets the leadoff runner on for the second straight inning for the Bandits. Ailana Agbayani, number 9 hitter.
Well, that's also just the first hit. First time through the lineup for Chicago. They've had a couple of free passes. But the bottom of the lineup has been very dangerous for the Bandits.
Agbayani, no one was covering second, so everybody's safe.
You've got to love the small ball. And Chicago, they have 4 lefties in a row at this part of the lineup when it starts with Bella Dayton and passes the bat to Ailana Agbayani. These are 2 players with so much speed on the bases, lefties that can drop the drag bunt, swing away, just play with the defense.
And you got Stuart Hunter there over at first, playing her first game. We just saw Romero come in at second, but no one was covering second to try to get Dayton. So this is when it gets really kind of sketchy if you're the Volts. You've got 2 on, great speed with Dayton and Agbayani, and here comes Wallace, followed by Williams with nobody out.
And this is a hitter that will get a hit at some point in this game. She has just been automatic for Chicago. You saw the hitting streak going into last season.
That does go back to last season. Skylar joining late in July after she played over in Japan. hitting well over 500 herself.
Saw Skylar tap her chest a little bit. I've seen Chicago do that a lot when they get 2 strikes. They'll look over to the dugout, tap their chest. It's their small connectivity piece that they have found that has worked for them. They'll do it on defense as well. It's fun to see the traditions being born this season.
Wallace hits it over to Romero, who is able to get Agbayani for the first out. But here she comes, Sammy Williams. All right, Kenzie Fowler, you got 1 out, you got a base empty.
Well, I'm thinking that Skylar Wallace is probably going to be on her horse here and try and swipe second base, which will then open up first base.
Kennedy went right after Williams.
And I would not go anything inside. If I'm going inside with, I know Nyjah Kennedy has that great rise ball, I'm going up right there.
Got her with a high strike.
Not going any lower than that. You have the ability to climb the ladder, go right back to it. Could go change up away.
Wallace does take off, no throw from Edenfield.
All right, 2 pitches later than I thought, but we'll take it.
She did it. Chicago with the most stolen bases in the league this year. 1-2.
Ooh.
Wow, what a strikeout. Nyjah Kennedy gets Williams.
Look at the movement that this curveball has from Nyjah Kennedy, and you can see the emotion from Michaela Edenfield tracking that ball down. That ball had some serious cut.
And what a time to get her first strikeout of the game. Barbara off of Stuart Hunter, and Chicago breaks on top. An error on Stuart Hunter allows Dayton to score.
Mac Barbara swinging on the first pitch at this at-bat, and it bouncing off of the leg of Kelsey Stuart Hunter, her first start back. And that's a veteran. She wants that one back.
So an unearned run, Barbara will be pinch run for by Bree Copeland. Copeland pinch ran yesterday and played right field for a spell. After she was called back up, Copeland takes off, and Edenfield guns her down. Copeland didn't waste any time. That gets them out of the inning, but Chicago gets an unearned run, and they're up 1-0.
Well, this is huge for Texas to eliminate any more threat because Chicago was in the heart of their lineup. So Michaela Edenfield stepping up. That's a big-time throw.
This afternoon, Aaliyah Binford leading things off and swinging and missing at the Kat Sandercock pitch. And we lost you in the last inning when you were in the outfield because you made another great catch. So walk us through that one.
Well, a little bit mid-conversation. I didn't see the pitch call, but Kat's been doing really well, so wasn't really on my toes expecting out here. Luckily, made the catch.
Which one's harder for you, coming in or going back and drop stepping?
I think going back's harder for me. I really love some seat slides and diving plays in front.
Yeah. Well, when we were talking to you and you made that amazing catch, we were talking about your journey of turning left-handed late in your career. You were a right-handed power hitter, and you were kind of breaking that down a little bit. I don't know if you can finish that story for us, but I think it's so cool how you were late in terms of turning to a lefty.
Yeah, and luckily, Marshall still recruited me, and it ended up being the perfect place for me to really grow into myself as a left-handed hitter and slap, become a hitter, and then now to be back, you know, with Shonda as my coach again is pretty cool.
And I know growing up that you have talked about how you really didn't go to lessons. You played on a smaller club team. Can you also give us a little bit of a taste of what it was like for you growing up and how you developed into the player that you are, kind of having to do it by yourself?
Yeah, I definitely didn't have all the resources I think a lot of people now have, but I did watch a lot of other players and, you know, try to figure out how to be them one day. And once I got to college, I did a lot of that development there as well. So a little more probably than most do at the collegiate level, but I had time and a coaching staff at Marshall that was really dedicated to being patient with me.
Yeah, and of course, one of those coaches is currently in your dugout in third base, Coach Stanton. And I think it's kind of fun. I'm looking out at right field, and I see Bree Copeland, who played for Coach Stanton. You played for Coach Stanton. And we have talked about how you guys have been Coach Shonda Stanton translators. How has that been to play for her again and kind of talk to your teammates about what she is all about?
It's been really cool. So much time has passed. So to be like our own people now, I guess, it's a different dynamic, but I definitely attribute being here in the first place to Coach Stanton. So just so happy to have her back as my coach. And like you said, being a little bit of a translator for some of the Bandits that don't know her lingo and how she talks. And they're finally getting it, though.
How would you describe Coach Stanton?
High energy, a little crazy, but super passionate. A life coach for me as well.
And then how would you describe yourself as a head coach?
I would say in a lot of ways, you know, I do take some of those attributes from Stanton. I'm a little more mellow, neutral.
Okay. Yep.
But as far as the passion, the love for the game, and the love for the student athletes, and just every piece of them, I think is pretty similar.
I just want to give you a shout out for what you've been doing at Marshall as the head coach. You guys had a career season, finished second in the Sun Belt, the highest RPI Marshall has ever had. What was it like to lead your squad back to the NCAA tournament, a place where you finished your career at Marshall?
Yeah, it was an incredible season. My team was just a joy to coach. We had so many great people that were great leaders and understood their roles, and, you know, great job. It was just such a fun year, and I hope we can continue on that success.
All right, thank you so much, Morgan Zirkle. We appreciate it. As her team finishes that inning on a 6-4-3 double play.
If Taylor drops her wedding pictures, will somebody let me know?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Right away. Meanwhile, Naja Kennedy, who is making her 6th appearance and 5th start of the season. Her ERA coming in at 6.87, but has done a good job so far against this very potent offense. Has only given up 1 unearned run. Faces Morgan Zirkle to begin the 4th. Zirkle making another great catch in this game. That's fascinating with the conversation that you had with her, that she used to be a right-handed hitter, junior in high school, switches around, is kind of like a slap hitter using her speed, and now she's got power from that side. It's remarkable. It's a total transformation. And to be able to play at this high of a level.
It has been such a treat to watch her over the years, and this season, Morgan had her 500th career at-bat as a pro. No one has had more at-bats in the Athletes Unlimited League than Morgan Zirkle.
That's skied to Jennings at short to start the 4th.
This game is feeling like our game last night. Has the same pace, pitcher's duel. Limited action on the base paths for both teams.
We've had some double plays turned.
Yep, good
when there have been, yes, runners on. Some very good defense, including Liss, who retired Koffel with a nice play at third in her first at bat. Last night it was Lexi Kilfoyle and Ali Carta who was relieved by Binford in the 4th inning. And the Bandits coming in on that 4-game winning streak with like video game numbers for their offense. And it's been the Volts of all teams that have been the ones that have tamped them down really all season. They swept them 2 weeks ago in Texas. And then yesterday was 3-2 in 8 innings. And so far just giving up 1 unearned run today.
Yeah, so that game last night had to be so tough for Texas because we've all been watching what Chicago has done offensively the last 4 or 5 games, and you're holding an offensive lineup in check. You're thinking, okay, this is the game that we're going to get.
Sent into right field. Binford gloves it. All right, Mac Barber joining us now for a chair chat. There you are in the chair chatting. Thank you for doing this. To talk about you joining the league this year, and I know that you've been thrilled to be with the Bandits, but not drafted. Talk about that.
Yeah, you know, when they called me, I was literally sitting on an 11-hour flight going home from the Czech Republic from the World Cup stage, and girl, I was ugly crying when I got the text message. It was really funny, but the girl next to me was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, you wouldn't understand. It's fine." But no, I'm just super thrilled to be here, and honestly, it's just it's a blessing, and I've enjoyed every single moment here. They opened me with welcome arms, and it's just been awesome, and I've just enjoyed every moment here.
Mac, I know your dad played pro ball, and so now he gets to watch his daughter be a professional. What has that been like for your family?
Oh, it's great. I mean, he's sitting in left field over there. He's on his phone. He ain't paying attention to me, so it's fine. Hey, Dad. But, yeah, so he's over here. He's watching. But I used to live vicariously through his stories and, you know, wanted to be just like him, considering we literally look alike, do everything together, and we have the same freaking swing. So it's great. But now he gets to live vicariously through me, so.
Well, what advice did he give you to be a pro? Like, you got to be ready for this.
The first thing he said to me was, you can't slack off. Like, every day's a grind. You got to wake up. You got to go to the gym. You got to do, you got to do X, Y, and Z's. You got to cross your T's and dot your I's. You got to just do everything that a pro has to do, and that's in order to be the best, you got to stay the best. And there's no days off. Even if you have a day off, you still got to go do something to better yourself. And I've done that pretty much every day. I've just enjoyed working out and like getting better every single day. So that was just one piece of advice that I took with me. Oh, hell yeah, Mary.
2-out base hit for Jacopo.
Mac, what has it been like to join this offensive lineup? This is the best lineup in the league. You guys just 1 through 9 are so good. What is it like to be a part of it?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, you learn a lot from, all 9 hitters and even hitters off the bench, and like they're just awesome people, and we bring a lot of energy together. We've are very bonded together, and I think it's awesome that I can just go up to Skylar or even Zirkle and even Sammy and like just ask questions and kind of pick their brain.
Is there someone that is on the team with you right now that you were like, I cannot wait to pick their brain and suit up with them?
Honestly, Skylar Wallace. I grew up watching her, and I mean, not really grew up, but I was in high school, and then I played, in college at the same time. But like anytime we had a Florida game on in our clubhouse, like she was just really awesome to watch, and like I love her game, her energy, and her vibe on and off the field. So it's just been awesome to pick her brain a little bit and like talk to her.
And then, Mac, last one for me. What are you guys talking about right now in the clubhouse, in the dugout, right? The race to the playoffs. You guys are 1 game ahead of some of the other teams in the league in 2nd place right now. How much are you guys talking about that?
Honestly, it's not, we're not really talking about it. We're just, keeping the Bandits way and, doing our thing. And we're not really worried about, what other people are doing. We're just worried about what we're doing on our side and how we can improve and be better. And all we're trying to do is just win 1 ball game at a time. And I think we have great leadership with Shonda and, just her being very relaxed and having fun and like preaching having fun. So I think that's what we've been doing in our clubhouse, and it's been really awesome.
Now, you mentioned you were playing in the World Cup. It was for Team Italy. What was the most fun part about that? Maybe you had good food. What was the best part?
well, I wouldn't say the food, but
Oh, okay.
no, it was great. I had a grand old time. I just love being with my teammates in Team Italy, but I just really enjoyed them. And then we also had our head national team baseball coach with us, Francisco Cervelli, and he's been very awesome and super supportive of our team, and he just loves coming and watching us. So it's been an amazing time having him there. And I also pick Erica Piancastelli's brain all the time too, and I just love having her on a team, especially playing with my cousin too on over there and on here on this team as well.
That's Bella Dayton, and I'm sure the food would be better if you played in Italy, not the Czech Republic.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Mac Barber, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right, Mac Barber in the chair chat, and another great story against someone who was. That would have been fun to be on the plane when she received that text that she was chosen by the Bandits.
It's what it's all about, and you can tell how proud she is to be in this league, and everyone wants to be a part of the AUSL, and you get that call and the emotions are just flowing.
Jocelyn Erickson got under it. Boone grabs it to Strand Jacopo. It's still 1-0 as we head to the 5th. We are back in Chicago, and for the second straight day we have kind of a throwback game, pitcher's duel between Nyjah Kennedy and Kat Sandercock. In that last half inning we saw Nyjah took her mask off once and was a little frustrated, I think, at some of the pitches that she has thrown that she thinks should have been called strikes, but she has still pitched well and has only given up 1 unearned run. No runs on 4 hits and 1 error for the Volts. The Bandits 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. Sandercock coming off a complete game shutout in her last start, facing Kelsey Stewart Hunter, and that is a fair ball as it skips over the base at first, and Stewart Hunter leads off the 5th with a double.
Well, that's her first hit as a Texas Volt. Longtime veteran, Olympian, turning on a curveball in tight on the hands, down the line. And this is tough for Jocelyn Erickson, the lefty. And she's saying it's foul. We're going to have a challenge from Chicago. Live, I'm going to be honest, I thought I saw it hit the orange base.
Which is foul.
But that's a long way from me, so I don't trust my vision. Pitches in tight, and so she turns on it so well. Ooh, like, does it hit the orange base? It has to be conclusive. Maybe?
Yeah. The call on the field. Here we go.
That was fair. That's Chicago's second challenge. They are out of challenges.
So the call stands. That was Chicago's second and final challenge. They won their first challenge on a out save call of Bella Dayton back in the 3rd inning. And you get 2 challenges per team. Whether you win or lose, you just get 2. Tomorrow night on ESPN, we will finish up this series. We will see you then as the Texas Volts take on the Bandits. That is tomorrow at 8 Eastern time, 7 local, both in Texas and here in Chicago. Game 3 projected starters: Emily Kennedy for Chicago and Rachel Garcia for Texas. And Danica Coffey, who was just reactivated earlier today, reinstated from the 7-day injured list, comes in to run for Stewart Hunter with Edenfield up. She was robbed of a base hit by Zirkle, and putting Coffey in as the pinch runner pays off right away as she easily scores from second. Edenfield gets all the way to 3rd base after the throw got away.
Well, that was timed to perfection for Texas. You get the leadoff double from your veteran, Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, her first hit back after a 2-year absence. And then you bring in a healthy Danica Coffey, who has so much speed at second base, and Michaela Edenfield, a power hitter, just doing enough. And you can see the emotion. Let's go. Getting that ball to the grass, knowing that Danica has so much speed, able to score and tie this thing up.
Now that was ruled an RBI single. Advanced to second on the throw, and then to third on an error charged to Zirkle for the throw from center that got away from Jacopo. Erickson with just enough room to retire Romero, who came in to replace Good. Flips it over to the top of the order, and Lassiter, who's had an infield single her last time up. Charging, Sammy Williams goes home. They need the tag, and they get Edenfield.
Man, we are having bang plays all over the place. We'll have another challenge in this inning from Texas.
Texas is challenging out call home plate. Plays under review.
This was just a little bit of an awkward throw, an awkward slide from Edenfield. You can see where Jacopo, she was behind the base, and so that opens up the front edge for Edenfield. Edenfield is over 6 feet tall. I think she's safe.
Yep, me too. And
right there.
Yeah, that throw from Williams was high, so Jacopo had to get tall to get it and then come back down to apply the tag, and it does not appear to me that it was in time.
And also, I'm looking at the possession that Jacopo, I don't think has. I think that ball is a little bit out of her glove.
Well, that's close.
Yeah, this is just a game of inches right now.
That's what Texas's first challenge. They have one remaining.
Okay, so the call was confirmed.
Man, I'm 0 for 2.
Wow. And again, the video evidence has to be conclusive. So Texas has one challenge left, Chicago none. Lassiter takes off, the ball gets into center field, but Zirkle backs it up. Lassiter goes no farther.
I like the aggressive base running from the Volts. You have Riley Boone, who is your most consistent presence at the plate, has the best batting average, is riding a 6-game hit streak.
Texas 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position so far today. That was Edenfield's single. Oh, that hurts.
That's what a drop ball will do to you. A lot of times you'll be over that ball and it goes straight down. You can see where Riley Boone, her barrel was on top of that drop ball, and where does it go? Straight down. And I'll tell you, Pam, those stay with you for a long, long time.
Right there in the instep of her right foot. One-two pitch to Boone with Lassiter over at second. got a bat on it. The tough play for Williams. And Sammy is able to throw her out to end the inning. But Texas ties it as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Heading to the bottom of the fifth inning, the Volts and Bandits tied up at 1 apiece as the folks rock out to Taylor Swift, including Kenzie Fowler next to me. And boy, the Chicago Bandits have been just an offensive juggernaut during a 4-game winning streak. They played the Bolts 3 times this year. They've only won 1. That was last night in extras. And the difference is it's the Bolts are really the only team that are keeping them down offensive-wise.
It is so interesting the way this matchup is playing out this season, because the Bandits just have absolutely dominated opponents this season, especially as of late. It's the best offense in the league, and it's not close. They lead in almost every offensive category. The amount of runs and hits that they have put up, it has been just smothering for some of these opponents, but Texas has been able to limit that offense.
Dayton, that's foul. And this is a Texas team that has only won 3 games all year. The 2-game sweep we talked about a couple of weeks ago in Round Rock, and then in an opening series when they won in Oklahoma City, Alyssa Denham was brilliant and unfortunately got hurt in the 7th inning of that game and has been on the injured list ever since. Dayton under the glove of Jennings to lead off the 5th. That's her 2nd hit in a row. All of her hits this year have been singles. And we've seen this Dayton-Agbayani duo at the bottom of the order do some damage the last couple of days.
Yeah, and this is what makes Bella Dayton so special. Her last at-bunt was a drag bunt, and so her second at-bat, it's a slap for a base hit. And Bella Dayton, she came around to score in that 3rd inning when she did reach safely on that bunt.
Dayton in that last at-bat originally called out, but the challenge showed she was safe. Agbayani showing bunt. And ruled that she was still in the batter's box. Alex Leap behind the plate this afternoon.
Our home plate umpire was all over this. Both feet still in the box.
Successful that time with the sac bunt, gets Dayton over to second.
That's the bottom half of the lineup doing their job again, setting up the top of the lineup. And the 2 most dangerous bats in the league right now, Skylar Wallace and Sammy Williams. Both of these hitters hitting over 500. And Texas will make a pitching change.
So Kennedy exits. Her best outing so far, and who else but Aaliyah Binford comes in. Back now, Nija Kennedy has been pulled from the game, responsible for the runner on second, has given up just 1 run. It was unearned. A very good outing for Nija, who came into this game 0-3 with a 6.87 ERA, and gives way to Aaliyah Binford. With the top of the order coming up. Binford leading the league in appearances. Saw her yesterday relieve Ali Carta.
And so for Texas, you go from the rookie Nija Kennedy, who is spinning a curveball up, a rise ball up, and you bring in your reliever, who we have seen almost every single game for Texas, going down in the zone with the drop ball and then complementing that drop ball with that pitch right there, her off speed.
Skylar Wallace trying to keep that hitting streak alive. 16 straight games she's gotten a hit going back to last season. And She'll do just that as it goes all the way to the wall in the gap. Dayton scores easily from second, and Wallace motoring all the way has herself an RBI triple.
Well, I don't know if you could hear our PA announcer here in Chicago, but with this hit, Skylar Wallace now a 17-game hit streak. That is an AUSL record. And how about her first triple of the season? Just another clutch piece for Skylar Wallace. And it is so much fun to watch her run the bases. Anytime that we can see her turn it on, round second, get into her full stride, man, just such an athlete.
And that run is credited to Nyjah Kennedy, pardon me. So she gave up 2 runs, just one of them earned. She closed the book on her. And here's Sammy Williams, who's walked and struck out. And Skylar Wallace setting that new record, had shared the 16-game hitting streak with Maya Brady. But now 17 straight games for Wallace, a new AUSL record.
I like that it was announced to the crowd. There was a good response from it. A lot of the Bandits fans were locked in.
Williams on the ground to Romero. They go home. The tag gets Wallace trying to score from third.
If I'm Skylar Wallace, I'm going to go on this every time, because you have to have a clean throw, a clean tag. Of course, you're trusting that Sierra Romero is also going to field it cleanly. You know the speed that you have down the line. It was just a great defensive play from Texas. Just kind of tip your cap. Okay, good play.
Now Mac Barbara, our chair chat guest this afternoon. Coming up, their dad may be watching in left field. I would hope he'd be watching when she's at bat. He says she told us he wasn't really paying attention. I got a good view of that as Barbara lines out to end the inning. But Skylar Wallace coming through with the RBI triple, gets Chicago back on top. Welcome back, top of the 6th inning. The Bandits leading the Volts by the score of 2-1. And we welcome in Riley Boone, who has decided to join us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Riley. We heard you singing during in between. Always bringing the energy. Got to ask you how your foot's doing. You fouled that sucker off, and that looked
so bad. Rolled the ball over.
Hurtful.
I thought it was going to be a bomb, but it went straight into my foot. But it's totally fine. It was a really good executed pitch.
That's fair. You got to give the credit. Riley, it's been so much fun to watch you. You've been the most consistent bat for the Volts. You've been an everyday starter, and I'm always loving anytime that you're at the plate. You keep me on my toes. I'm like, is she going to bunt? Is she going to slap? Is she going to swing away? How do you decide what you're going to do in every at-bat?
Every single time I see the defense shift, I think I'm always looking at third base, second, and shortstop. And first, I'm not really too worried about. But just being confident and mastering every single tool, it keeps everyone on their toes. And for you saying that makes me feel good. That means I'm doing very good with keeping everyone on their toes.
I know. I always love the cat and mouse game. I'm like, do you play up on her? Do you play back? And then how do you practice that? Like, do you have to spread your time equally onto all 3 of your skills?
Oh, yeah. So I always practice of getting on time, because I think when you see even other lefties, when they bunt and then they go to hitting, they're usually late. So I practice timing 24/7, because I don't want to be late. It's a waste of a pitch if I'm late and I'm not on time.
Riley, I do want to follow up on one video that I saw be posted yesterday. I just want to follow up on your FBI work and how that is going.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know it was posted. And the point is, I wanted to finish and say that if I was a secret agent, I couldn't do it because I would tell people I'm an FBI agent, because I didn't want to lie to them.
Makes sense. Like a good FBI secret agent would do.
Not secret.
Yeah. Rule 1.
Different wording this time.
Rule 1, Riley, I think, is to keep it secret. So maybe that wouldn't quite work out. So Liz just has popped out to Agbayani. I just want to talk about your season a little bit, Riley. You started off a little bit slow, but lately you've really been coming on offensively. Has anything shifted for you, or was it just a matter of getting into a groove?
Yeah, I think just getting into a groove. And honestly, like, these pitchers are so good, and they're hitting spots. So I think just not giving up at the plate. I think it's really easy as the season goes to get down on yourself and just focus on you. But I just put my attention of celebrating small wins, you know, throughout the dugout. And I know this season doesn't look as great, but I mean, the growth it's being taken. And so I think I'm just focusing more on others rather than myself.
Yeah, I love talking to some players that have been out of the college game for a couple of years like yourself. So maybe for our younger audience or people that are tuning into the AUSL for the first time, what would you say is the biggest difference from this professional ball to what you faced in college?
I think, honestly, it's just the eliteness. Like, everyone's elite, you know, and coming from the University of Oklahoma, I mean, we had All-Americans on the bench. Yeah. So I would probably say any advice that I would give is, honestly, don't let this change you. You know, I'm very passionate. People call me animated, but like, whatever. But like, I feel like I'm passionate, and I don't let it change me. You know, I constantly am up. I'm all in on like everyone's AB. So that's the advice that I would give.
And right now, Ali Carta is pinch hitting.
What are we doing? Okay, T. She's always hitting BP. So I literally want her to get a hit so bad. See, like right now, I'd bunt. I'm not even gonna lie.
See the corner's back.
Oh man.
Robbed by Wallace.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Look, she was Pac-12 Player of the Year for a reason, all right?
I know, and she was a pitcher.
She's ready to go. That was a good swing there.
Awesome.
Riley, what is something that you personally are always working on? I feel like we have the ability to watch you guys continue to get better as professional athletes. What is something that you are consistently trying to grow in your game?
I think just the mindset, you know, and not letting one at bat dictate my whole entire game. I think that's a huge thing coming in this pro league, especially AUSL. You know, it's the best of the best. And so I'm constantly just speaking positive to myself. I think self-talk is very huge, especially in this realm. So that's something that I'm working with. Oh, come on, Tia. That's what I'm working with. Every single day, you know, in and off the field, and recovery.
Yeah.
I literally, JT, I used to get so mad at him because I would hate to do recovery. But now I get it. So I'm doing it every single day. Oh, boy.
Down
Coming
the
your
line.
way.
Good catch, Jossie.
Good catch, yeah.
Jocelyn Erickson makes the catch and ends the inning. Riley Boone, thank you. As always, a delight.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. The always energized Riley Boone. We are back in Chicago, and so is Nyjah Kennedy. All right, Kenzie, former great pitcher. This is a kind of baffling to me. She was in pitching well, had only given up one unearned run, was replaced in the last inning. Now on the hook for the loss after Binford came in, and she's back in.
And I'm looking down at my scorebook and had not allowed a hit to Skylar Wallace or Sammy Williams, two of the most potent bats in the league. And so bringing in Aaliyah Binford, who is the relief specialist for the Volts, but now turning the lineup down a little bit. So Morgan Zirkle in that 4 spot, bringing back this matchup, and Texas going back to the rookie.
Zirkle has walked, popped up, and made another great catch out in center field this afternoon. Chicago going for its 6th straight win. And Texas trying to avoid its 7th straight loss. Hit right down to Stuart Hunter, who retires Zirkle to start the 6th. More AUSL action comes your way tonight as the Portland Cascade take on the Oklahoma City Spark at 9 Eastern on ESPN. Catch the games live stream every inning on the ESPN app. And now Aaron Koffel, who is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Got banged up a little bit when they were playing in Oklahoma City, so she's been DPing in this series. Goodwin had to get on her horse and was able to make the catch. Covered quite a bit of ground to get the second out.
The catcher, number 33.
Love this from Jada Goodwin. They call her Shorty. And Nyjah also loves it. And how about Nyjah coming back in? So missing inning and looking like she's going to get 3 outs. She does. What a catch.
Thanks to a terrific running catch by Lassiter, Nyjah Kennedy comes back in and for the first time sets the Bandits down in order. Good D.
Yeah, good defense all the way around. We've seen a couple of great plays out in defense on center field. Jayla Lassiter, the rookie, and the rookie in the circle, she's also loving it.
Welcome back here in the 7th inning. The Bandits are up 2-1, a familiar territory from yesterday. Last inning, we got to see them run off the field 3 up, 3 down, just the second time that's happened this game. There's a story behind that. The coaching staff got together and said, we need to celebrate these wins. We need to have that personal piece, that personal connection. The team just needs to be able to see and touch each other. So being able to hold up the threes, that allows the team to get together and have that camaraderie. And it's really been working well for them so far this season.
And right now, Texas down to its final at bat. Sandercock trying to go back-to-back with complete game wins. Jaden Goodwin made an excellent catch to rob Jacopo of extra bases to end the 6th.
You've got to give a lot of love to Kat Sandercock, going the distance, keeping this game in check, allowing her team to, scratch just 2 runs across, but her line just sparkling. No walks. That is always the key. Couple of strikeouts, but keeping the ball low in the zone, working her drop ball, and that changeup that she has used as of late.
Jacopo could not come up with it. Got rid of her helmet in plenty of time, but the ball popped out of her glove.
You can tell she's frustrated with herself. And the spin that this ball must have had, it goes in her glove and just right away pops out. And I love Sammy Williams. She was doing everything she can. See if she could grab that ball before it hits the turf.
So second life for Goodwin after the error by Jacopo. That's Sandercock working in to the 7th inning. Bandits going for what would be their 3rd 7th inning complete game this season if the Bolts don't come back.
This is a great at-bat from the rookie. Fouling off a lot of the pitches that Sandercock has given her. Seeing the full arsenal, drop ball, rise ball, changeup.
2-2, that's foul. It's Jaden Goodwin, rookie out of Georgia. As you mentioned, her name is Shorty, and it just kind of cracks me up when Riley Boone calls her that, because about the same height.
Yep.
This is the longest at bat of the game against any Bolt batter against Sandercock.
That's what Riley Boone needed in her last AB. Little ankle protection.
Pitch number 80 from Kat. Misses.
What a take. Kat loved it. It's a good pitcher spot. Draws the count full. 10th pitch of the AB coming.
What an at-bat, kept alive by Jacopo. Unable to catch the pop-up in foul territory that kept the at-bat alive. What a masterful at-bat for the rookie to get the leadoff walk here in the 7th.
Well, there's the runner for Texas. It's what they have to have. And it was the rookie, Jaden Goodwin, getting it done.
The AUSL is sponsored by LabCorp. On an overcast day here in Rosemont, another low-scoring game. The second of this 3-game set between the Bandits and the Volts. Bandits trying to hang on. Stuart Hunter up now with Goodwin at first.
Well, this is not a bad spot for Texas to be. Yes, it's the bottom half of their lineup, but Kelsey Stewart-Hunter and then behind her, Michaela Edenfield, both with a couple of singles last time up.
That walk, by the way, surrendered by Sandercock, was the first one she has given up this afternoon.
Yeah, that was on me. Probably jinxed her a little bit. Shouting it out. No walks.
No walks, perfect.
Kelsey Stewart-Hunter trying to advance the speedy Jaden Goodwin. Going to her slap, was looking for a power slap down the line and then showing bunt. Unsuccessful with both. Now you're just trying to put barrel to the ball. Find something on the ground.
Stewart-Hunter takes it for a ball.
You can see her eyes. Ah.
A little relieved.
Oh, I love it. This is her first week back. It's been about 2 years since she's had an AB.
Neither team lighting it up with runners on today, hence the 2-1 score. Bolts with 6 hits, Bandits with 5.
Now these Volts batters are making Kat Sandercock work here in the 7th. Third time through the lineup. There's no secrets at this point of the game when you have a pitcher going the distance. Love the mama there on the elbow guard.
The Volts have had 13 foul balls off Sandercock pitches in this inning alone.
And I'm looking down in the Chicago bullpen, and I don't see anyone warming up. There is a glove on the ground, but there's not a Chicago Bandit pitcher warming up, and so the Bandits are just letting Kat go.
Not handled cleanly initially by Erickson, but picked it up in time to get Stewart-Hunter. But that advances Goodwin to second, representing the tying run with Edenfield coming up.
And so a lengthy at-bat for the veteran, Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. She had wanted that sacrifice bunt early in that at-bat, and you'll take that.
Yep. Same result, and made Sandercock throw a lot of pitches. Starts off with an off-speed pitch. Edenfield with the RBI single that brought in the Bolts run in the 5th inning. Inside.
I love this matchup between a couple of Florida State greats, Kat Sandercock, Michaela Edenfield, a couple of All-Americans.
That is backhanded by Williams. And a throw back to try to get Goodwin, not in time as Edenfield reaches.
That was heads-up base running from the rookie, Jaden Goodwin, and another great defensive play over there at third base by Sammy Williams just to keep this ball in front of her, knowing how long that throw was going to be, probably the wise choice to hold it, and then Jaden Goodwin just doing enough to kind of hesitate Sammy Williams, like, hey, I'm thinking about it, and then diving back in safely.
So tomorrow night we will finish up this series. 3rd and final game on ESPN. It's the Bolts and the Bandits coming your way. 7 Central Time. Rachel Garcia and Emily Kennedy penciled in right now as projected starters in that game. And we do have some activity finally in the bullpen. It is Amber Pfizer. Up and throwing. Sandercock tries to close this out. Here's Sierra Romero on the ground charging Agbayani for the 2nd out. But now there are runners on 2nd and 3rd. Jayla Lassiter, the leadoff hitter, has one of the Bolts' 7 hits. Trying to keep this game going. We had to go 8 innings last night before Sammy Williams walked it off with a home run.
Jayla Lassiter, she had a single off of Kat Sandercock in this game. It was back in the 3rd inning. She's been swinging a pretty good bat for Texas the last couple of games. Great take. See the nod from the rookie, forcing Kat Sandercock to bring that drop ball up. Do not want to chase something, especially now hitters count.
That hit the pole. I think you could hear that. Kat Sandercock about to deliver pitch number 100. Speed at 3rd with Goodwin representing and is the tying run. 2-2 to Lassiter. Upstairs, full count. Riley Boone on deck. This is the 30th pitch of this inning for Sandercock.
Oh man, it is tense in here. Everyone is on the edge of their seat. Of course, there's 2 strikes, so here in Chicago, you'll hear the fans stomp their feet for the 2-strike stampede. Game is on the line for Texas.
Lassiter into short right field. And it is caught. Jessica Clements saving the day. Coming in to make the catch. And the Texas Volts going to challenge
Texas is challenging the catch call for out to end the game. Plays under review.
Oh, man.
Wow, huge call to say the least. Did see quite a bit of yellow from the ball in the glove of Clements.
Ball's in her glove, clean there. Does it stay in her glove? There's a bobble. I think that hit the grass. In her glove there, and it pops out. Does it hit her arm or does it hit the turf? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
The game is on the line. If this is overturned, this game continues. In the glove, out. But does it go against her body and she keeps it with her, or does it drop down to the turf or the grass? It's an all turf field here. Oh man, I'm not sure, Pam. Which makes me think that this will hold. I think it bounces off her arm. This might be the most amazing catch I've ever seen.
After review, the call stands for an out. That's the ball game.
So the call stands on a multi-bobble catch by Clements out in right field, and Chicago escapes with a 2-1 win. Another heartbreaking loss for the Volts.
This Chicago Bandits team is positioning themselves to be in that top 3 to make the playoffs. They continue to find ways to win.